The Shiva and Parvati story. Once upon a time, Daksha Prajapati conducted a huge sacrifice or yajna. He invited everyone, but not his own son-in-law Shiva. Shiva's wife, Parvati or Uma, was angry. She went to her father's house and quarreled with Daksha. Finally, Parvati jumped into the sacrificial fire. Shiva heard this and came to Daksha's house. He took Sati's body on his shoulders and roamed all over the earth. Eventually, there were 51 Shakti Peethas called energy centers. This much for this story. Why does anyone perform a yajna or sacrifice? To gain power, to control, or to attain permanence. So, Brahma's sacrifice was to attain permanence. Now let's explain the situation. The first rule for you is, please don't confuse mythology for history. Mythology is not event, it is just a story. There are hundreds of such strange stories in the Puranas. Why? Hindu dharma is a purely scientific dharma. In order to make the common masses aware of the universal laws or truths, Puranas make use of symbolism. Your teacher used to draw figures to explain difficult subjects in school, but Puranas cannot draw figures as there is no blackboard. So they make use of simple stories, but strong stories, mind you, to make you remember them. Now these stories are not historical stories, like for example, the prophet waging a war, or the Son of God nailed to the cross, etc. These are stories only. They never diminish the power or the glory of the divine. You must understand the difference. Purana is not history, but mythology. Now coming back to our story. Daksha Prajapati is Brahma, the creator. The sacrifice or yajna of Brahma is this srishti or creation. That is, name and form you see all around is just creation. Name and form in Sanskrit is Nama Rupa. Nama and Rupa needs a base or a support, and that is space. In space everything happens. When? In time. There is the seed today, tomorrow it becomes the plant. So in the language of science, Nama Rupa is name and form. Desha and Kala in scientific language is space-time. So in space-time everything happens, and in time everything is modified. Everything is relative. Nothing is permanent. This is the Sanatana Dharma, the science of Sanatana Dharma. What modifies everything? Time modifies everything. This modification is what is called Pralaya, and Shiva is the deity of this modification. Why Shiva? Shiva means Kala, time. Now, to do anything, something more is necessary, and what is that? Energy. To run you need energy. To create this universe you need energy. What is that energy? That energy is Shakti. That is also called Uma or Parvati. Creation cannot be permanent. Everything is relative. When creation wants to be permanent and tries to keep time away so that it can never be destroyed, energy reminds creation that it will be exhausted one day and creation will have to change. Now we can understand the story of Shiva carrying Parvati on his shoulder, Daksha Prajapati's, that is Brahma's yajna, and so on. It's all to tell you that the universe is relative, everything is in space-time, everything changes. So Hindu dharma is the time-tested, perfectly scientific dharma which uses symbolism to explain the deeper truths of the universe. Be strong and have Shraddha in your dharma. Jai Shri Ram, Namaskar.